What's happening, people? Hey, Group 7, welcome. Welcome. I'm Group 7 too. Don't know quite what that is, but from what I'm seeing, I appreciate all you guys out there, Group 7. What I'd like to talk about today is vulnerability. Vulnerability, especially from a man's point of view, is we don't get it. We're not allowed to have it almost. Uh, we get taught that to dust your shirt off or take it on the chin or whatever that is. I don't know. But, feelings are important and we need to deal with our feelings so we don't basically ball them up and then turn into something else. So this is a video of how to be vulnerable or how to start to be vulnerable and an exercise to do so. So this is a little exercise that I like to do with my clients when they're not telling me the whole truth, and I know they're not. This is just a lovely little exercise, and I'm going to give this example to you. To be vulnerable, to be truly, truly vulnerable, is to speak your truth. Now, I'm not talking about the truth of I got to do the groceries or even the truth of this is what happened to me. I'm talking about the truth that is so far down, you dare not look upon it. You dare not speak about it. You're embarrassed about it. The deep, dark truth that you just don't acknowledge. We're going to talk about that truth. Now, this is what the exercise is, and I'm going to be the example here because I'm leading by example. The exercise goes like this. What is something that you are scared to tell the world? The entire world. If you had a microphone and can shout it out from the rooftops, what is that for you? And I'm going to tell you one of mine. I'm going to be vulnerable to all of you to show you what it looks like. So one of the things that I'm struggling with right now as a content creator or as a coach or just a person in life trying to do good is I'm not the best storyteller. I am an Aquarius. I like to get to the point. I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste my time. I want to get you healed, get you living your best life as fast as possible. And unfortunately, people don't work that way. They want fluff. And I didn't know this. And I mean, I've been working on storytelling for a very, very long time. Storytelling to me can be boring, and I just want to get to the point and get there. And I realized this back when I first started working many, many years ago. When I first started working in a managerial position, and I was running a gym. And, and this is a story about that. Person. It's every day. Had a complaint about how they were treated by one of my clients, and they brought that to my attention. So I said, okay. I said, what happened? And they told me what happened. I said, okay. So how could I make this better for you? Is what I said. I said, how can we resolve this issue? And she's like, oh, give me like 2, 3 free personal trainings, and that'll be good. And I'm like, whatever, that's fine. And I said, okay. So I can do that. I said, one moment. And I walked away. Why? Because I'm getting rid of the problem. So I walk over to my clients and said, hey, can you do me a solid? Train this person 3 times. I'll pay for it out of my own pocket. X, Y, and Z. Done, done, done. Go back to the lady. Okay, you have your 3 sessions, no problem. They're scheduled. You can schedule them, whatever. And that's it. The problem is done. I solved the problem. But what my boss later told me was, because they complained again, is they didn't feel heard. I didn't sit there and be like, how did this make you feel? Now I know that there's fluff into it, but I'm struggling telling my stories and giving them so much emotion that let you feel the story. And it's just something I'm learning about myself as a person is I'm very direct. Now, the most ironic part about this whole situation, the hilarious part about this is my dad was an amazing storyteller, and it drove me crazy. My dad had jokes, stories. He he was an artist when it came to his storytelling, and it drove me crazy because after the first 10 times you hear a story or a joke, kind of loses a little bit, right? And every new friend I brought over, every new person, dad had to tell his jokes. Dad had to tell his stories. And I love it now. Unfortunately, he has passed, but I do love it now. But at the time, as a kid, it drove me bonkers. And now, had he been alive right now, I would be asking him, how does he tell a better story? And it's just weird things like that that happens in life. But see, I'm being vulnerable to you. I'm telling you my feelings. I'm telling you something that scares me. Do I look scared of how everyone's reaction is going to be to this? No, not at all. Because I love myself. I love my opinion of myself. I don't need X, Y, and Z validations from whoever. Because I know there's going to be a handful of people, maybe hopefully more than a handful of people, that will see this and say, huh, he's strong, he's masculine, and he's being vulnerable for the world to see. I can do that. And that's what I hope out of this story. Someone sees this and says, I can open up a little bit more. I can be a little bit more vulnerable, and they take those steps. If you're struggling for that and you struggle with this exercise, DM me. We'll get to the bottom of it, because there's going to be some issue with why you can't express your vulnerability or emotions. Pretty much someone said that it's not safe for you to do that, most likely. But that's it. What is something in the entire world that you're scared to shout out to the rooftops? And this is how you start to get to be vulnerable. The first step, go say it to yourself in a mirror. Go look at yourself in the mirror when you say the scary thing and see how it feels. Where does it resonate at? Does it make you feel better or worse after you say it? These are questions you're going to have to ask yourself. Now, I could give you the rundown of it, but then this video would be 20 minutes long, and most people have already passed by now. But vulnerability is good. It's how we figure out who we really are as a person. And on your healing journey, you're going to have to be vulnerable a lot, especially in your lion stage. When you go from the camel to the lion, you're going to have to be extremely vulnerable. And when you go from the lion to the child, you're going to have to relearn your vulnerability and boundaries. But that's nor here nor there. So yes, learn to be vulnerable by yourself alone first, and then test it around to see if people can handle your vulnerability. But that's it for this one. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Links in the bio for coaching, and I just hope this resonates with you in a way that you start to practice being more vulnerable, because when you are more vulnerable, the world tends to open up a little bit more. And I know it's scary, but it does brighten up the world. Till next time, to the next you. I'll catch you later. Bye.